There are several strategies for taking attendance, but the way I always approach it is to press the take attendance now button and actually take attendance live as students are coming into class. I understand that doesn't work for all classes, but when you press take attendance now, it actually generates an attendance item at the exact date and time that you press the button. And then, especially for a lot of students, this is a good tip, is that what you might do is you mark everyone as present or everyone as absent, but then once the page refreshes, everyone in your class will be marked as present, and then it's kind of easy to go back in and make any changes as needed to their statuses. Another thing too that you could do, this is a good tip, is to print a sign-in sheet or an attendance sheet. So if you prefer to take attendance non-electronically, this is a really nice feature to print like just a list of your students and a spot for them to sign their name with the date and time. So super quick, generates it automatically. And then here is the attendance sheet. So it's got the statuses that are in my attendance tool, and I can mark people present and absent. So again, a nice list with the exact date and time that I'm taking attendance. Some folks prefer to rename their attendance items so that it's class session. You can do that if you want, but honestly, I'd always just leave it as attendance because it's shows the date and time over here, and that's kind of what's most important. But you can also navigate to attendance by student and see their overall stats. You can click into an individual student's name and basically see a summary of what they're seeing in the attendance tool as well. You can also leave comments for students. I think by default they're set to be, the comments are not displayed to students, but you could change that to back on if you wanted to. But here you might even write, if you had an excused absence, what you might do is say, this is one of 3 excused absences permitted for my course. There are lots of different settings in here that you might want to do. You can change, you can turn off some of these statuses. We do have multiple requests for making custom statuses. Maybe in the future, we'll see. And then one thing too that I'm not actually going to go into is that you can also do some grading. You can set rules in the attendance tool to automatically grade students as they're present or as they're absent. If you need help setting that up, feel free to contact us. We can walk you through that. But that's just a quick overview of the attendance tool. It's a really nice way for students to be able to keep track of their own progress in the class. I know when I was a student, I would mark on I had a little planner that I made, and I would do tally marks next to each class that I was absent, and then I knew I had 3 absences in this class that I was allowed and 2 absences in this class. This way the students aren't having to take little tally marks, and you and they are both keeping track of it at the same time. So add some transparency and good, hopefully, communication back and forth.